Hi, everybody, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Wendy Bell. You know this. This is certified nurse practitioner Alexandra Dubiak. She is the one who does all of the research and gives us her own advanced integrative medical 360 BS board. But you have to admit, Allie, when you write it down, it is a roadmap to help people figure out all of the various things that you guys do here. And when you're talking about skin, this is going to be huge for you guys here at AIM 360.
I think so. It's a big deal. I mean,
Right.
how many times have you or anybody in your family had a skin issue in
Right?
your lifetime?
Well,
right?
of course, yes.
Everybody, almost
it changes
everybody.
how you feel about your interaction, if you look at people in the eye, all of that.
For sure.
So today's rosacea.
Rosacea. Yep, rosacea and how it ties to gut health.
Okay.
So that's kind of the theme that we're going with in terms of skin is gut health right now, and a little bit of hormones mixed in there too. So rosacea, big problem. Most people have heard of it. What is it though? So rosacea is an inflammatory skin disease, and it mostly affects like the central face area. So those are the people that look like they're always flushed in the face, you know, across the nose, into the cheeks, always look like they're flushed in the face, like they're hot. You can see like the blood vessels under the skin, that sort of thing. So
Is this common?
it is common.
Really?
I have it.
What?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah.
I would never know.
Yeah. Yep. So,
You learn something new every day at Advanced Integrated Medical 360. Well,
and
then
about
this is-
somebody.
Then this is
Yeah.
personal to you.
Of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
go for it.
So, comorbidity disease links. So, a number of different disease states have been linked to rosacea that fall under these categories: gastrointestinal, neurologic, cardiovascular, psychiatric, metabolic, autoimmune. But I starred and I underlined gastrointestinal in red because that is the most common one that is reported when it comes to rosacea, people having gastrointestinal issues. So I'm literally just going to touch the tip of the iceberg on this subject because the data is so extensive and complex, and we could get lost in this all day long. But few things I just want to point out that just kind of open your eyes that, hey, yeah, like there is a link to this, right? So H. pylori, that's a bacterial type of overgrowth that can happen in the stomach, can cause issues with peptic ulcer disease, reflux disease. Yeah, so there has been a link. They need more studies on this. I feel like a lot of the literature I read is newer, but they're finding there is a positive link. I mean, the data is not all there, but they're looking into it. More research needed on H. pylori. SIBO is a really big one. So small intestinal bacterial overgrowth is what SIBO stands for. So tons of studies on this. They're still doing more studies, but a really significant study showed that patients who were positive for SIBO and they were treated to the extent that the SIBO was eradicated, they had almost all of the patients either had complete resolution of their rosacea symptoms or they had a significant improvement in the rosacea symptoms. So either way,
I'll take either
it was
of
like a
those.
win-win,
Right.
right? The placebo patients, basically their symptoms were stagnant. The lesions either remained the same or they actually got worse until they were treated for SIBO and the SIBO was treated and eradicated. So SIBO, big. Like the data is there. There's a correlation. They're doing more studies, but it's a big deal. IBD, so not the same as IBS. So IBD stands for inflammatory bowel disease, and that's kind of like an umbrella term for your ulcerative colitis, your Crohn's disease, celiac disease, those sorts of things. So the strongest evidence, again, is tied to the GI comorbidities, and specifically the patients with ulcerative colitis and patients with celiac disease. That's where this is strongest. So they found in a number of different trials that there was a significantly higher number of patients with inflammatory bowel diseases that had SIBO, right? So this ties in with SIBO. So you have an inflammatory bowel disease, which you have symptoms from, right? But something else is causing it, which then is causing rosacea issues as well. So, So these patients, when they were treated for SIBO, patients with ulcerative colitis, celiac disease, since it was most common in those populations, they were treated for SIBO, had not only substantial improvement in their inflammatory bowel disease symptoms, but again, also rosacea symptoms.
Two birds with one stone. I like it.
Yep. And then IBS, that's your irritable bowel syndrome. So a lot of data linking irritable bowel syndrome, the same, and kind of ties in with some of the other things too, but lots and lots of data.
When people come in and you see that it's part of their medical workup, are they aware of the connection?
No. No, because everybody thinks it's just the skin.
Correct.
Like they don't think that it goes beyond that.
Correct.
They have no idea. So.
And that to me is the mystery, the puzzle of you being solved here at Advanced Integrative Medical 360. All right, go ahead. I wondered. Yeah, I love it.
I'd never talked about this whenever, I was in primary care. I never said like, oh, hey. Well, sometimes I'd say, hey, I think you got to clean up your diet, but I wasn't sure exactly how. It's just, hey, be healthier,
Right.
Watch what you're eating. So, I'm guilty of it. Again, I will openly admit that. I do all the time on these little shows that we do. So, but it's a real thing. It's not just your skin that is the problem.
Right.
Sometimes it is something else, and you just have to dig a little deeper to figure out what that is. Testing and treatment options, which you guys are all very familiar with what it is that we do here at AIM 360. So comprehensive lab testing, we do advanced GI testing, food sensitivity, GI mapping. Nutritional supplements can be part of your treatment plan. IV therapies can be part of it, and diet structuring. Those are important too. So can be any combination of those things.
There's a lot that goes on here behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's
with
fun.
the body, right?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so this is part, I don't even know what part we're on of
2.
your skincare.
Yes.
And so we have upcoming one to kind of teaser people into knowing that is coming their way, and it is on.
Eczema and psoriasis, which
Eczema
they're
and
closely
psoriasis.
related. Sometimes you can't tell the difference between one or the other.
So I think this is a perfect opportunity to remind folks as well, there's a gift certificate one could buy for someone else here. That is really significant. Tell folks about this.
So we did this last year, but again, this year we're offering the gift certificate. So you can purchase a gift certificate for $199, and it will cover the blood work for a patient to come in. So they get their blood work done, their initial consult is free, and then the consult to come in and speak with Dr. Dubiak is also free, but to come up with a plan for you and figure out what is going on. So I think it's great.
Can you think of a more meaningful gift?
No.
Than that.
Yeah, somebody that has been struggling with something health-wise for years and years and years, and they've been in and out of doctors' offices with no resolve. This is the perfect gift for them. So consider it.
The best place to get it, is it by going to integrativemedical360.com?
Come into the office and pick it up.
Come into the office. They have multiple locations throughout Pittsburgh. If you don't live nearby, call 412-227-9255. They'll be happy to help you out. Look, I talk about Advanced Integrative Medical 360 because I believe in what happens here, because I've watched it happen, and I'm a patient too. So please check them out, integrativemedical360.com. Okay, so look at what just happened. All of a sudden, Dr. Dubiak wanted to butt in on our fabulous video, but you've got good information, and I think you need to tell people it, so take it away.
Absolutely. So she gave the amount of research that she does for these Wellness Wednesdays. Trust me, I could see it at home. I know how much. And I'm back there waving, but we got to talk about the GI stuff.
Tell them what you mean.
So we talk so much about our lab work. It's so important. And we mandate it. Every patient gets it. But when we really talk about the gut, how do we really look at it? Well, our stool. So we do this GI lab testing, and Alexandra loves it too, because it literally gives her and I an understanding of what's really going on. And we could see some of these things like H. pylori, possible SIBO or IBS and IBD. It's again, guys, it's another piece of your health puzzle that gives us an idea of, oh, that makes sense why that's happening. Maybe that rosacea is coming a lot from that gut, just like all the research she just said. So again, pardon my interruption, but I always like to be right between these two, the two greatest women in my life. So guys, again, call us at 412-227-9255. Look at some of this stuff on our website, the integrativemedical360.com. But the GI lab testing is so important, especially
and there's samples
for the skin
on the
cell.
website. There's
absolutely.
a sample of the food sensitivity test.
Right.
There's a sample of what the GI map test looks like and everything that you get back result-wise. So take a look at it.
Transparency always is one of the things I love most about you. And I'm glad you came in to clarify.
Yes.
He was just... He
was
wanted
like-
us doing all the
I know.
videos
I
recently.
know. I'm doing next week's video because I feel left out.
I can tell. All right, officially now, we're signing off. But give them a call, 412-227-9255. Until next week, have a good one.
See you
Bye,
guys.
guys.